The Blue Jewel.
Chapter 13. Part 3. The half-orc smiled slightly. Arian remembered the first time she saw him in Tame's tavern, with his grim and serious countenance. Now he was leaving, he would miss him so much. Agnoruk took a deep breath, turned around. Arian spoke in a serious tone. It's no coincidence, you remember, if I had to be in the temple to retrieve the jewel, so did you. Your presence in this adventure is not a coincidence either. The half-orc stopped. Arian had changed. He had always been strong, but now she knew the power he had. Agnoruk, you have to be with us. We need you. Arian, you are the hope of this world. If something happens to you, will you be? I hope not. You are the hope and I am. Agnoruk turned and disappeared through the door. Arian kept trying to babble a word that he only managed to say when the half-orc had disappeared. Death. It was not a pleasant morning. Almera woke up with fog and a fine rain permeated the atmosphere. Agnoruk walked slowly but firmly. In his pocket there were only 2 silver coins. In short, he had survived worse situations in life. Where are we going, young man? Gosberg was leaning against the corner. As he tossed his strange coin with that strange spiral-shaped engraving, the Denka showed it to the half-orc before putting it away. A good friend gave it to me. You know, most of them don't see the miracles that are shown in front of them. They are too focused on their miserable lives. It's not your case. You're always attentive. Agnoruk stood still. Not only was Gosberg there, Sabu and the Kendali accompanied him. I travel alone. Gosberg lit a cigar and smiled. You are not going alone this time. You have a lot to learn. Agnoruk shook his head before smiling. Gosberg had made up his mind, and nothing could be done to him. You're like drunken gnomes. The quartet began to walk. Tell me, Gosberg, how did you manage to leave the company? Vanus is not a mercenary, so she is free. Sabu and I can do whatever we want. Does the boat consent to it? Gosberg smiled, and a slight blue glint emerged in his large brown eyes. Agnoruk lowered his head and smiled again. And now, what, sir? Vanus asked the Denka. The gods will provide Vanus. It was just saying those words when out of nowhere a young man appeared with a face of despair. Help please, I need mercenaries. Some pirates want to attack my town and no mercenary company wants to help me. The half-orc and the little Denka looked at each other. And the reward? It is not much, but the cause is just. Agnoruk thought, what the hell? We will accompany you. The young man smiled gratefully and with a sign he told them to follow him to the port of Almera where he had a small boat to leave immediately. 2 weeks before Agnoruk's departure. Loaf climbed the hill with difficulty. The years were unforgiving. He had little time left, but it was his last mission and he had to talk to his lord who was waiting for him at the top of the mountain, from which he could see the town of Caesarea. It was the same place where more than a year ago Arian had said goodbye to his previous life on his way to Tripulia. Excuse the delay, my lord. His lord lit a cigar and scratched one of his furry ears. Don't worry, Loaf, you've done well. Arian? He's safe. It's a shame Nilam's death. I couldn't help it. I couldn't do anything. I know, my lord. You have served me well, now you deserve a break. Go south of Olbiana. There is a small fishing town, Sermina. You will be well welcomed. The weather is pleasant and you will be able to live comfortably. I will take care of that. Thank you, my lord. Loaf had a doubt, more like a plea. At least he wanted to say goodbye to her. He tried one more time. I can't see her anymore. That's Loaf. I'm so sorry, but she shouldn't know anything. The 2 of them were silent watching Caesarea. In reality, Loaf had never left the place. He was hidden supervising that things never deviated from the plan set by his lord, well, more or less. Loaf approached the Denka. And now, what's going to happen? They know who I am. They will not stop until they destroy me. My lord, that would be a disgrace to everyone. They have achieved nothing thanks to their divinity. Gosberg smiled and took a drag on his cigar, his eyes glowing bright blue. Sometimes a defeat is necessary to win the war. At what price? This time it's something I can't decide. Gosberg disappeared, leaving Loaf alone again, watching the sun rise on the small fishing village. Everything was calm. Loaf knew that something very big was coming. He would not see it, at least on this plane. Everything was about to change forever.